Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a brand new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to the channel, hello and welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's reading we're going to be looking into how is your person currently feeling about you, blunt AF. So what I like to do in this reading is just a little bit of a deep dive into how your person is feeling about this connection, specifically looking at it from their perspective. And the reason that I label the reading Blunt AF is because my goal and intention with this reading is to free you by giving you the truth of what I see. So whether I see positive messages, maybe negative messages, or neutral, indifferent messages, I am going to deliver the messages as I see them because I do feel that that is in your highest good versus me trying to sugarcoat and make something rainbows and sunshine if maybe it isn't. But of course, if it is rainbows and sunshine, I'll be sure to tell you that as well. So as a disclaimer, you guys, if you do feel at all sensitive about your person or your situation and you might find certain messages triggering, I would definitely recommend clicking off the video. This may not be the video for you at this time. Some additional disclaimers. Please also keep in mind that this is a general reading. So some messages may resonate quite specifically to you and your situation, while other messages may not. As I always say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Please do not get upset or take it personally if something in a general YouTube reading is not fitting your specific situation to the T. If you do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do so will be linked in the description box below. Personal readings are typically going to give you a more accurate read on your specific situation. All right, let's go ahead and get into our group selection. So we're working with 3 groups today. For group number 1, we're working with the Housewives Tarot with some sodalite. Group number 2, we have the Wheel of the Year Tarot with some pink Himalayan salt. And then group number 3, we have the Haunted Mansion Tarot with some clear quartz. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below where you will locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey, pile number 1, if you guys picked out this blue sodalite crystal with the Housewives Tarot, then this will be your love reading. We're looking into how your person is currently feeling about you and the connection. So I'm going to kick things off here by first channeling their current position with regard to this connection. So where do they stand right now? And this kind of helps to build a little bit more context out for their feelings here. So for pile number 1, where does their person stand with regard to the connection? So we have guide coming through. Okay. And we have signs. Okay. We have tribe at the bottom of the deck. So I definitely feel that this person does see you as a part of their group, or something about groups, connections is coming up for them with regard to this situation. So maybe you guys have been friends with this person for a long time. Maybe this person is feeling like they're ready to invite you more into their circle or more into their group, into their life, things like that. But like the overwhelming messages that are coming through here with these first 2 cards, this is really talking about your person following their intuition. Like this to me feels very spiritual. So your person may be going through like a spiritual awakening as it pertains to this connection or their life in general, because a lot of this is giving me someone who is following the signs or looking for a sign, or maybe even connecting with their guides in terms of this relationship. I will say too, I don't normally get this, but I also feel like the energies could be flipped for pile 1, where maybe this is, I'm wondering if this reading is going to be more about you in a way versus your person. But we'll see. I'm going to channel more energy here with the tarot. But yeah, it feels like this is a person who's in a place where they are really looking for spiritual guidance with regard to this situation. this person may feel like they need a sign from you. Like maybe they perceive you as being the guiding light in a sense. But it's like all of this light energy, it's like they're looking for the clear path forward here. Let's get into the tarot. Now I'm like really curious to see how they feel. So how does pile number one's person currently feel about them? I've already done a little bit of pre-shuffling off camera here. So let's see. Two of Swords in reverse. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the 2 or the 7? 7 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's like they need something to be revealed to them so that they know how to move forward here. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Okay. 10 of Wands in reverse. Clarifying this 7 of Swords reversed. Okay. High Priestess. Clarifying this 7 of Wands. Okay, this one flew out. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, and then we have an Ace of Cups coming out here. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Empress card in reverse. I'm going to pull a couple more cards here, and then we will get into this interpretation. This deck is so funny to me. Let's see, I'm going to pull a Moonology card and then one other love card, and then we will see what comes through here. So for pile number 1, and for those of you guys that are like not into the shuffling, you can feel free to fast forward during this because I know that I shuffle a lot. We have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius coming through here. And then let's grab one more love card. How does pile number 1's person feel about them? Mastery. See, there is something spiritual here with regard to this situation. We also have trust. It's safe to trust in the situation. So it's interesting because this person, it definitely feels like they are in a place where they're more in their leaned back energy. So this is not a person that I'm feeling is like wanting to take any specific action toward this connection right now. It feels like they're very much in this observer mode, really trying to take things in. Again, really trying to kind of slow down and really listen to what their intuition is telling them. What is their body telling them? What is their mind telling them? What is their spirit telling them? What are the signs that they're seeing with regard to this situation here? Okay. And there definitely is something here that this person is learning at this time through this connection. Now, for some of you guys, with regard to this connection, maybe this connection for your person has been something that has helped to catalyze them forward onto their path, or something about the dynamics that have been at play in this relationship are helping this person to progress forward onto their path. There was something that they had to learn from you, okay? So sometimes it's interesting, like in my experience, like there are some connections that will come into our lives where like we really feel it, like, and we really learn something big from another person. And then sometimes the energy is like, sometimes you both learn equally, right? But then I find that sometimes there are certain connections where like you're that person's lesson and they're really being triggered and taking away more from you in terms of their learnings. Does that make sense? So this person definitely had to go through some sort of spiritual awakening within this connection for sure. Now, we do have a new moon in Aquarius coming up here. So Aquarian energy is interesting because to me, when I think of Aquarius, I think of someone who is, when I think of Aquarian energy, I think of emotional detachment, right? It's like, it's an air sign. It might indicate a person who is leading more with logic versus emotion. And Aquarian energy is also kind of about like what's right for the collective. You know what I mean? So I feel like your person right now with this new moon in Aquarius is maybe trying to separate themselves out from leading with too much emotion, right? They're trying to look at this from a more spiritual perspective, from a more logical perspective, or maybe even an intellectual perspective. And there is a new beginning that they're looking for with regard to this situation. But they're thinking about this new beginning in terms of what's best for all. So not necessarily looking at it, well, what's best for me, what's best for pile one, what's best for both of us with regard to this situation. And there is a message here about bringing love into the situation, but I do feel like this love is more, it's more about big picture, like thinking about what is the right thing, the loving thing to do in this situation for all involved, okay? So let's get into some of these tarot cards because I feel like we haven't really touched this just yet. Give me a second. I wonder for some of you guys if the lesson that this person was learning about this situation for themselves, I'm wondering if it has to do with this Empress energy here in reverse, because the Empress does represent mother energy, right? It's the divine feminine, and it is coming up here in reverse. So let's take a look at this Empress card here. Look at this, recipe for success. This is showing us like the traditional, like, what is this, like 1950s, 1940s? I don't know what era this is supposed to be from, but it's like the traditional housewife, you know what I mean? Somebody that would be that traditional homemaker, you know, but like the Empress is more about like that nurturing maternal kind of energy. And so I'm wondering if that was the lesson that this person was learning about this connection. Maybe there's something about this connection that sort of awakened them to this energy of maybe like an issue around their mother that they needed to heal. Maybe just feminine, maybe just an issue with feminine energy in general that they needed to heal. Because the Empress card in reverse tends to be sort of like a bad mom kind of energy is what I'm getting from this. Like, you know, someone that maybe wasn't able to be as nurturing, or someone that was a little bit emotionally detached or something like that. And I see this like Knight of Wands coming up here with this kind of childish energy of like, you know, so I don't know, like I am kind of getting like a mother-child energy with this connection. I'm not saying that this person feels like you're their mother necessarily, but I'm wondering if there's something from childhood that is being triggered for this person, or something about their childhood that they have reflected on and been able to learn maybe where certain hangups come for them when it comes to this situation, okay? With the Seven of Swords here in reverse, you know, this is typically when something is revealed that is being hidden from us, okay? Because even looking here at this Seven of Swords, we see like we see four people really here, three people sitting here having a conversation, and then we have this one person that's like, you know, she's taken the two of the swords off the table, you know, so it can talk about theft, it can talk about deception, it can talk about, you know, it can also just talk about like not expressing to everybody what we're doing and why we're doing it. It's a very strategic card here. So I'm wondering if this person has learned something. Maybe you guys had a conversation where something was revealed to this person, or maybe they've just had some sort of enlightenment moment themselves around this connection. And it's putting them in this place here with the High Priestess of like, now I need to reflect on this situation. It's like they're almost in this observer mode, you guys, because High Priestess is very much an energy kind of like we have over here, right? Where they're really listening into their intuition about this situation and deciding like as they're gathering the knowledge and the facts, what direction they want to go. This card is so funny. It says secret syrup on it. The mysteries of the universe are sweeter than you know. Okay. I also feel for some of you guys, this person really perceives you as being maybe someone who has a lot of knowledge, you know? So if this doesn't have to do with like how they feel about the situation, then I feel like the way that they see you is as this High Priestess energy, like someone who has a lot of really like amazing spiritual knowledge or something that they can really learn from. But there is definitely this energy of them holding back, leaning back and observing and trying to really honor what their gut instincts are telling them about this situation. Seven of Wands in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse. So here's like another child card in reverse. Remember how I was picking up on this inner child stuff here? And if we look at this, we have like a grandmother, a grandfather, and maybe a father figure here. I don't know. But again, I feel like there was something around the spiritual lesson for this person around family upbringing or dynamics here. But, you know, the Seven of Wands in reverse is typically when we're not forcing an issue anymore. The Seven of Wands is sort of about like fighting for what you believe in, standing up for yourself. And when we see it in reverse, it's kind of when we decided to sort of back off the situation. And again, letting things flow is coming through. They're backing off of the situation because I do think that they feel still maybe a little bit shy around being able to express themselves. Or maybe for some of you guys, this person is feeling like slightly rejected or like their feelings have been hurt, like their inner child has been bruised by some sort of dynamic within this connection, right? So again, more energy of them feeling like they need to back off of the situation, very similarly to the High Priestess, and look for signs from the universe on how they're going to move forward. 10 of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups. So again, this is another card of letting go of something, letting go of a burden. Look at this 10 of Wands. She's got all of this stuff going on. It's a chaotic mess. And it's definitely an energy of feeling very drained and depleted, right? So this person, you know, they do have feelings for you guys. I probably should have led with that so you weren't like, what's going on? But the Ace of Cups here does tell me that this person has feelings for you, right? This is very strong, actually, with the Ace of Cups. There's definitely a sense of feeling like this connection has a lot of potential to move forward and blossom into a beautiful, loving relationship. But there's something that this person is needing to let go of in terms of chaotic energy here and burdens. So for some of you guys, this could again be this external stuff, inner child stuff that's going on. For others of you, it might apply more specifically to your situation. Take it as it resonates because it's going to be different for everyone here. But overwhelmingly, what I'm getting from this energy is someone who is wanting a new beginning here, but wanting to go about it in a little bit more of a detached way, a less forceful way, and really trying to consider what's the right thing for all of you, both of you. Maybe I said all of you because maybe there is family in regarding this situation or a child with that Page of Cups. So let's now move into the status deck and just kind of see what this person perceives the status of this relationship to be. So how are they perceiving the status of their connection with pile one? Truth be told. We have all in. Let's work things out through the good, bad, and ugly. It's easy to leave, but I want to stay. Yeah, so there is an energy of wanting to work things out. You know, there is a lot of emotion here. But again, it feels like they're in more of this leaned back observer energy at this time. So let's continue. We have the runner. When things start escalating, this one will start running. Okay. So, hold on. Let me get one more. This person may actually feel like you're the runner. We also have smoking mirrors. This one will tell you whatever you want to hear. Interesting. This is what they're perceiving the status of this connection to be, you guys. We have just for fun, good times, good company, getting out of the house and having fun. So listen, I think for the status, I think for some of them, they are perceiving you guys as being the runner. That like when things start to get serious, maybe you guys have distanced yourself. And that could be where this Empress card reverse is coming from here, because this would be like that detachment, right, from being nurturing and taking care. We also did have the Seven of Swords here. And I don't think I mentioned this when we were talking about the Seven of Swords, you guys, but the Seven of Swords can be somebody who's avoidant too. Like they run away. They kind of try to sneakily get out of something. So they might be perceiving you guys in this way. Whereas for others of you, this could actually be their energy that's coming through, and they're subconsciously like, yeah, I know that I do that. You know what I'm saying? Same kind of deal with this, with the smoking mirrors. Like there's something here about like insincerity, you know, like maybe they feel, and this doesn't mean it's true, you guys, because this is their perception, so just keep that in mind. But there's like a perception here that like something that you all talk about or say to them may not necessarily be authentically how you feel. And so again, I think this is why we have this leaning back energy of like, you know, just trying to observe and understand and not force things. But again, it could be flipped because like I said at the beginning, guys, remember how I said at the beginning of this reading, if you stuck with me the whole time, I was mentioning how this reading for pile 1 may actually be us tapping into your energy. So I could definitely see like you guys feeling this way about your person, right? Because yeah, it's just interesting. I'd be curious to kind of know. So let's take a look here at just some message cards, what they would say to you if they were being honest, and then we'll close it out with some healing messages for you, my viewer, things that you guys want to keep in mind as you navigate this situation going forward. So for group 1, what would this person say to group 1 if they were being truthful and honest? I saved your texts and messages. So they're still reflecting on those, looking at those. I see life differently now. Yeah, they've had a spiritual awakening, you guys. There's something different for them with the way that they may be showing up to the situation. I need security. Yeah, so if this person does perceive you as being like the runner and all this kind of stuff, I don't think that they like that. You know, they need to feel secure in this relationship. They need this Empress card to be in the upright. I don't know why this happened. So there is still something here of them like trying to make sense of what really happened here. And I also think that this is what's kind of driving them to lean back a little bit and just try to observe versus push or take a lot of action. So pile 1, we're going to close out the reading here with some divine feminine healing messages for you. These are advice messages, just good self-reflection prompts for yourself. As you guys move forward with this connection or just love life in general. Some of these may resonate, some may not. One may resonate, a few may not. Take the ones that resonate with you and leave behind what doesn't. And I would love to hear from you in the comments which ones of these little reflection messages you feel are for you. So what does pile 1 need to know with regard to this situation? What do they need to reflect on or keep in mind about themselves? Future. Shift your focus onto present events rather than what's ahead. The future is not meant to be known. So this is about living in the moment and not worrying so much about what's going to happen. Okay, let's see. Honesty. I speak up when I have something to share. I am no longer fearful of what other people cannot handle. This is where this smoking mirrors is coming from, you guys, you know, because this person is detecting that you may not necessarily be telling them the truth of how you feel. And I'm wondering if there is a fear of speaking up because you're afraid this person may run or bolt or not receive it well, whatever it is. So let's see. One more. Smelling roses. I focus on the experiences in my journey rather than the destination. So you guys have 2 messages coming up here about being present and enjoying your life in the moment versus worrying about what's the outcome going to be. So again, I'd definitely be curious to hear how you feel those messages resonate with you in this situation. So pile 1, we are going to go ahead and conclude the reading here, but please, again, drop me a note down below. Let me know how it resonates. Let me know if you feel like I was reading your energy or your person's energy. I always love kind of hearing how that turns out for each individual person. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I'm uploading new content, and I do look forward to seeing you in a new reading very soon. Bye! Hey, pile number 2, if you guys picked out this pink Himalayan salt with the Wheel of the Year Tarot, this will be your love reading. We're going to be looking into how does your person currently feel about you. So starting things off, we are going to go in with this Oracle deck. I like to use this to kind of channel their current position with regard to this connection. So let's just kind of see where they stand, and then we will move into tarot and Oracle cards following this. Please make sure you guys stay till the end because I will be also channeling messages from your person as well as some healing messages for you. So always good to tie these readings back to you, my viewer, versus focusing it on your person the whole time. So, okay, so here we are. These 2 cards falling out here, we have Muse and Return. So first and foremost, I definitely feel that this person, I think that they are very inspired by you. You are their muse, okay? And at the bottom of this deck, I didn't show you guys this, but we do have Admired here. So I definitely feel like this person has a lot of admiration for you. There could be something, what was I going to say? Creative, sorry. There could be something creative that the 2 of you share with this paintbrush here. So maybe you guys are both into art, or you're both into some sort of hobby and interest that you share together. But what I feel with this Muse card is that this person just looks to you as like a source of inspiration. You really inspire them. And I'm wondering if you guys have inspired them like on a really big scale in their life in some way. Like for some reason when I was, please don't laugh, you guys. This is just what the image that popped into my mind. But I was thinking of Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, Mario. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his story, but you know, he really like his career exploded when he started working with Kim, and he refers to her as his muse. You know what I mean? You know, I'm into like beauty in the world of like cosmetics and makeup, so that's why I know a lot about that stuff. But you know, what I'm trying to get at here is that like there's something about you and your energy with this person where like being around you, working with you, whatever the situation is, has really inspired this person on like a grand scale, is what I feel. And there is an energy of them energetically reaching for you. So if you and this person have recently communicated, then you're probably already aware that they're returning to your life. But this feels to me like somebody who is ready to extend their hand for reconciliation. So let's pop these to the side, and next we're going to look at their feelings. So let's go in with the tarot here. How does pile two's person feel about them? I did a lot of pre-shuffling off camera too, so. Four of Swords reversed. I'm hearing coming out of hibernation. Nine of Pentacles. King of Swords reversed. Okay. We have a Three of Cups. Two of Swords. Lots of swords. Nine of Wands reversed. Bottom deck energy, we have the Justice card. Okay. We're going to pull a couple more. We're just going to pull from a couple more decks, you guys, and then we will go ahead and get into the full interpretation. Sorry, you guys know how I get with this. I get so type A. I probably just need to let that go. Okay. We're going to pull a Moonology Oracle card and then one more love card, and then we will see what comes through. So how is pile? Okay. Well, these cards are flying out. So we have first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. Okay. And let's pull from the Messages of Love Oracle. Trust. It is safe to trust in this situation. Look at this. We have abundance. I feel like, yeah, I wonder if you guys have really inspired this person to like get their stuff together a little bit, because with that Nine of Pentacles coming up here, I do feel that this person has had like a pretty major glow up in some area of their life. Maybe like their finances or their career right now are going really well. And I wonder if they attribute this to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, you all really inspire them in some way. Sorry, guys. But yeah, it definitely feels like they are receiving a lot of abundance in their life right now. And I feel for a lot of you guys that this is the reason why they're reaching for you to come back. Maybe in the past, it hasn't been the right time for this person. Maybe in the past, they haven't had their stuff together all the way. They haven't felt good enough. But I definitely see with that Nine of Pentacles that they're in a place where they're feeling incredibly abundant and they're feeling really good about where they're at financially. All right. So let's see. How are they feeling about you? This is really interesting that we have this card here, the first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. So for some of you guys, I'm wondering if this is a connection that sort of got started and then maybe got went off on a detour in some way. Because this is sort of talking about like we've just kind of started something, and now is the time where we need to like eliminate distractions in a sense. I'm also getting that there could be an energy right now of this person really evaluating what direction they want to go with this relationship, how committed they are to the first direction that they've taken with regard to this relationship. Like there's definitely something here with this person about them sort of looking at the progress that they've made thus far and needing to make a decision with the Two of Swords. We also have the Justice card here, which also can talk about like decisions. Like I think of like a ruling or, court ruling, things like that. But the Justice card is telling me that this person wants whatever choice they make to feel like the right choice for all, like fairness energy here. And there could be something here with this person where they're sort of deciding, is it time for me to actually commit to this relationship, really like put it on paper, like sign the contract, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you guys also have some sort of like work contract together for some of you that's coming through here, but it definitely feels like they're in a place where they know it's time to make a choice about what direction they're going to continue to go in this connection. And it feels like it's something serious for them. Like they're taking this choice seriously. The Justice card is sort of about like being neutral and impartial as well, trying to make sure that things are balanced and fair. So I think fairness is really important to this person as they're evaluating things. But yeah, I kind of want to start here with this Nine of Pentacles. So it's like, right now this person does feel really good. They feel amazing. So it's twofold. For some of you guys, this is how they're feeling about their own circumstances right now, where it's like they feel like they've achieved a certain level of success that they have been looking for. They feel like they have everything they need. Like we have this abundance card here. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now, right? And so I think that now that this person has reached a certain level of success, again, now they know that they have to make a choice about what direction they're going to take this connection. For some of you guys, I do feel like this person is enjoying this success right now. Like this is a very independent card where it's like they feel really good being single. They feel really good being, able to live their life in the way that they are living it, totally independent. And so I think this could be about your person needing to decide if they're going to just focus on themselves right now, or do they want to decide to reconnect with you in a more committed sort of way. It's like, I think they know that they have to be committed if they're going to make the choice to connect with you guys, okay? For others of you, I do feel that this is how they perceive you as this Nine of Pentacles. Like they see you as being highly successful. They see you as being someone who is incredibly abundant, and perhaps even they see you as someone who is happy being single. And so this could also be a blockage here where it's like, well, does Pyle to even like me, right? There could be a little bit of that questioning on their part as well. But with the Four of Swords being reversed, there is an energy of this person, again, wanting to return to your life. They're ready to come out of hibernation. So this really does feel like a connection that maybe had been put on pause. Maybe it has been in hibernation mode for a little while. Maybe you guys had just taken a break from talking, or you just kind of fell out of contact. But they are ready here with the Three of Cups to reconcile with you. They want to reconnect with you. This is very much about a reconciliation coming through here. And this is a card that also tells me this person feels like you're an amazing friend to them, right? We have the little baby bird here. So there's like this energy of like newness. You know what I mean? Like, again, there's already been something about this connection that started. There's already sort of a little bit of a foundation here. And I feel like that foundation is friendship, right? So it's like there's a new beginning in friendship at the very least for this person. And they definitely feel like they want to reconnect with you in this way, okay? King of Swords reversed with the Nine of Wands. This person, I think, is still a little bit confused about what they ultimately want out of this situation. Like, for sure, I'm feeling they want reconciliation. For sure, I'm feeling like they want friendship. For sure, I feel like they're feeling really happy with themselves and where they're at in their own life right now. But again, there's something here that they're questioning. with regard to how they want to move forward. And I feel like with this King of Swords reverse, this is an energy of them just feeling a little bit unclear about what that is. And maybe also not being fully ready to step into that leadership position to make the decision. You know what I mean? They know a choice has to be made with Justice and the Two of Swords, but with our King, our leadership card in reverse, it's definitely making me feel like they're not quite ready to step up and make that choice just yet. I think your person with the Nine of Wands maybe has recently come out of a tough cycle, and this could be why we have some of these indications that things have been on ice for a while, you know, because this Nine of Wands is sort of when we've really been going through it. We're tired, we're exhausted. Something in our life has been very physically draining to us. You know, look, it's like he's putting up this scarecrow to scare away like the bad guys, you know. So this person, I think, has been maybe in self-preservation mode or protection mode for a long time, and it feels like they're finally being able to relax out of this a little bit here. And maybe there was an issue for this person with trust in the past, whether it be trust with you or trust just in love life in general, and they are still learning, you guys, how to feel safe in relationships again and how to trust in relationships. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for their feelings. I want to now go ahead and look into the status deck, and let's just see how they are perceiving the current status of your relationship right now. So for pile number 2, how does their person perceive the status of this connection at this time? We have romance. Your emotional needs will be met with this connection. Yeah, so there are feelings here. You really inspire them. I think that they are very attracted to you too. Like, they know that if they connect with you, that you will meet their romantic needs. Let's see. We have true love. So yep, there's definitely love here. I love it. Let's see. And then we have all in. Let's work things out through the good, the bad, the ugly. It's easy to leave, but I want to stay. This is beautiful energy. Bottom deck, we have confessions. It's about to get real. So maybe this person wants to tell you guys something. But yeah, I think, I feel like this is all positive. Like, they have a really positive perception of this relationship right now. And really good indications of them wanting to work things out. I just think that right now they're in this place of just being on the precipice of knowing they have to make that decision. I think it feels to me like the decision that they're making is more so about commitment, you guys, with that Justice card. You know, so it's sort of like a big deal, you know, especially with that Nine of Pentacles we had. If your person is feeling really happy being single and they're happy with, like, you know, the success that they've achieved in their life, there could be this energy here of them, like, you know, taking it very seriously. Like, giving up your singleness is serious, you know, but they definitely seem like they have a lot of love for you here. So let's see with the hidden truth cards, what they would say to you if they were being totally truthful and honest for pile 2. I feel like this one wants to come out. I'm not financially stable. Okay. So there is something here about finances. I was kind of getting that they are. I feel so drawn to you with that Nine of Pentacles, but it could be, like I was saying before, you guys, that maybe this is the way that they perceive you, as being super, like, independent and financially stable. And maybe for some of you guys viewing this, they may not feel like they are up to par with where you're at. Okay, and this could be where that Muse energy is coming from. I still think that this particular message may not apply to everyone out there. It just depends on your situation. We have I feel so drawn to you. So this is why they're returning. Let's see. I would do it again. Okay, so no regrets. You didn't see my tears. So they definitely have shed tears over this situation. So pile 2, we're going to close it out with some divine feminine healing messages for you. So these are just messages of self-reflection and guidance for you guys as you navigate this relationship going forward. So take these as they resonate, but I would love to hear from you in the comments, like, which one of these you feel really resonates to you. You know, These love readings are great, but I always want to make sure that I'm tying in a component of self-reflection so that you guys can understand your own energy within this situation. So we have body talk. I am a goddess. Okay, so confidence in yourself, feeling good about the way you look, the way you feel. These two flew out, so let me grab these. Okay, it's messed up. I'm just going to go with it. We have why. I accept that everything happens for a reason, even if I do not like or understand the outcome. Okay. And then we have triggers. When someone's behavior irritates me, I take it as an opportunity to heal something unresolved within myself. Okay. So, you know, I'm going to be honest with you guys, like your person's energy feels really positive. It doesn't feel, based off what I'm seeing here, like they have bad intentions, but you know, you guys know your situation better. This is a general reading, you know, and I'm only getting a snapshot of what's been going on here. But it does seem like there are a couple of things here with regard to this situation where some of you guys may need to reflect on how this connection has triggered you. So pile 2, we are going to go ahead and close the reading out here, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how you feel like it resonates with your situation. So please drop me a note down below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I upload new videos, and I look forward to seeing you in a new one really soon. Bye. Hey there, pile number 3. If you guys picked out this clear quartz with the Haunted Mansion Tarot, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out how your person is currently feeling about you and your connection. Starting off here, we will begin your reading with just channeling the current energy. What's their current position with regard to this connection? Then we will move into the tarot and some additional oracle cards, closing things out with some messages from them and some guidance and advice for you. So let's go ahead and see. Pile number 3. Where does their person currently stand? We have spring. And we have stuck. Okay, with summer at the bottom. So spring and summer season could be significant time frames to this connection. So I would definitely reflect back and think about like what was going on in this relationship, either during the summertime or the spring season, because those time frames may actually be significant to this person, okay? So think about from their perspective what happened during those seasons and what might be coming up for them that's making them feel stuck, because this does seem like your person, I feel like they are wanting a new fresh start with you. They're wanting clarity on this situation. Spring for me is about new beginnings, right? It's when we've come out of the winter time, right? Where things have died off and now we're starting to see new blossoms coming through. So this person is wanting a fresh start. I also think of spring cleaning, right? Like they want to refresh the space. But there is something here about them feeling like they are stuck with regard to the situation. So let's continue. I want to pull some tarot cards next just to kind of see what they could be feeling stuck about. So how does pile 3's person feel about their connection at this time? This is the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Magician in reverse. We have here the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay. Sorry, guys. I want just one. We have the Fool in reverse. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Bottom deck, the Five of Swords. Okay, so I'm already kind of feeling like the reason this person feels stuck is more like in their head than maybe anything in reality that's going on, because the Five of Swords is sort of like, it can be a couple things, but for me, it's about like getting in your own way in a sense, self-sabotaging or self-defeating thoughts. But let's see. I want to pull a couple more Oracle cards, and then we'll get into the full interpretation. So how does pile 3's person feel about this connection at this time? Waxing crescent moon. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a desire for a new beginning. Let's get one more. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. So this person, it's interesting because this also came up for pile number 1, where their person was kind of like learning a spiritual lesson from your relationship. So I kind of feel the same thing with this person here. It's like there's a lesson that they are learning through this relationship. So like I was kind of saying to pile number 1, sometimes the lesson can feel heavier for one person versus another. So if you guys have ever wondered, like, I don't even know what I'm learning from this person, like, it may not necessarily be that you're learning anything that significant from them. Maybe you are, but what I'm trying to say is there's definitely something that this person is supposed to experience for their soul's growth, and you are helping them with that on a spiritual level. So, waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. Yes, this person is definitely desiring a new beginning here. And we see that with the Ace of Wands as well. The Ace of Wands is kind of about like this energy of excitement, passion, chemistry. You know, it's like an aha moment, but like an aha moment of like, oh, I really want to go after that. Like it's more of an action card in my opinion. But we do have a lot of reversals with our actual action cards, like our Knight of Wands, for instance. So what I feel right now, you guys, is that this person maybe they've sort of just come into the idea of starting fresh with you, okay? And this is going to take a little bit of time because literally this waxing crescent moon is like just after the new moon has started, like we've just kind of started off on a certain path, but there's still a lot of work that's going to need to be done here. And I'm wondering if, you know, kind of going back to this 5 of Swords, you know, this person, I think, is learning a lesson about getting in their own way. You know, the things that they've done, things that they've said, their own behavior maybe has self-sabotaged them to the point where now they feel like they're more stuck than they actually are. Now, for some of you guys, when I'm looking at this 5 of Swords, I do see, look, and there's the Tower there. So maybe something major did happen with this connection. But I do see like fighting, you know, like we have this scene of 2 people back here who have walked away from a fight, this person having won the fight, but it's like the 2 people are walking away in defeat, really sad. And so maybe this person maybe there's been like some struggles here with communication in this connection, or kind of like petty, like fights or battles that like nobody's really winning. You know, a lot of times I see the 5 of Swords as well as like a lack of vulnerability. So even if it's not actual fighting with each other or bickering, it can be like this passive aggressive, like, oh, I'm going to pretend like I don't really feel how I feel, you know, because I don't want them to have the upper hand. So for instance, you might see this when somebody, like, let's say, you know, you texted them and they had to wait like a certain amount of time to respond because they didn't want to look too eager, you know, like stupid stuff like that is what I feel could be the problem with this person and why they're getting in their own way of making forward movement. Because we do have attraction and we do have chemistry here with this Ace of Wands, but there is a hesitancy around completely diving in head first. There is a little bit of a fear of just jumping right in with the Fool card coming up reversed here. I do think that this person is wanting to take their time. I do think this person is wanting to take things slow. And I feel like with this Magician card here in reverse, they don't really feel up to par with you at this particular moment in time. I don't think that they really know how to go about winning you over, how to go about charming you. And I think it's because they see you as this beautiful queen of pentacles, right? Highly desirable, beautiful, someone who's very responsible, someone who's very nurturing. Maybe you guys have like very maternal energy. Maybe you're someone that's very creative. You know, you come across as someone who's very well put together, someone that has their stuff together. And I think because of this, they don't necessarily feel like they're up to par with you, hence why they're wanting to take things a little slow and be very cautious and careful about the way they go about doing things. And I don't even know if you guys have necessarily said or done anything to make them feel this way. I really feel like a lot of this is in their own head, okay? With the Knight of Wands in reverse, so this is like our action card. So the Knight of Wands also can indicate like chemistry and passion. But with it being reverse, again, this is someone who's wanting to sort of continue to take things very, very slowly, okay? I wonder if at one point for this person, and this could also be a lesson that they're learning here, but you know, this is the type of energy where we are literally like, I can't pick this up. You know, we are jumping in head first and we are going in with passion. And sometimes when you go and sweep someone off of their feet really fast and get caught up in the moment, as time goes on, that passion starts to wane. You know what I mean? It's sort of like you rush in and you don't really think things all the way through. And so I definitely feel like with this Knight of Wands in reverse, with the Page of Swords here, there is an energy of this person wanting to make sure that they really think things all the way through, right? Like Page of Swords reverse, it's like they need to start asking more questions. They need to start being more curious, making sure that they are going about things in a more informed way, I'm hearing, versus just leaping right in and not thinking things all the way through, okay? So I want to move into next the status deck just to kind of see, I want to see what they're perceiving the status of this relationship to be at this time. So from their perspective, Spirit, what is the status of this connection with pile number 3? We have just vibing, getting to know each other. So yeah, there's that casual energy of really wanting to take things slow. We have missing you. So if you guys have been in separation, they do miss you. And then we have trustworthy. You can trust this connection. Yeah, they miss you. They trust you. We do also have entertainment. This one likes dessert for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that could be something too, just to kind of keep an eye out for you guys, because maybe this person is someone who can be a little selfish at times, or at least that's the perception that they've given you, meaning that like they want to indulge. Yeah, you know, they want to indulge when they want for them, but it may not always be that they're able to show up and reciprocate that fully. But I feel like this person is starting to learn to be a little bit more discerning and to be a little bit more, like, you know, again, with that Knight of Wands reverse, cautious. Fool reverse, more cautious. So it's like they do want this new beginning with you, but I see that they want to just kind of gently ease back into it. This doesn't feel like someone who's wanting to go full force into how things may have been in the past, okay? Very casual energy. No, I'm not even really seeing that they want like a full commitment right now. Could be different for each person, but it seems like they just really want to ease into things again. So let's go ahead and see, what would this person say to pile 3 if they were being honest about their feelings? Truth be told. I trusted you. So there's that element of trust that keeps coming up. Something about trust for this person is very important. We have, I don't want to let you go. Yeah, so even if you have like separated, again, they miss you. They don't want you out of their life. We have, I feel so happy with you. So you make this person really happy. Aw. We do have, you broke my heart at the bottom. So there could be some hurt feelings this person is harboring for some. let's go ahead and close this reading out, pile 3, with some divine feminine healing messages for you. So these cards are really good just for you to self-reflect on your own energy and how it may be playing a role with regard to this connection. So I always like to, with these love readings, I do try to add something like this in because, you know, it's good to understand someone else, but we also want to make sure we're understanding ourselves too. So let's just see what you guys may want to keep in mind and reflect on as you move through this connection for pile 3. Okay, we have composure coming up. I remain calm under pressure even when other people are trying to engage me in conflict. So there's that 5 of Swords, that conflict card. So there could be something here, you know, for you guys about the way you responded to this person's energy when they were getting into that like tit for tat, fighting, a losing battle, whatever type of petty energy that was going on. Let's see. We have why. I accept that everything happens for a reason, even if I do not like or understand the outcome. So reflection and acceptance of things happening as they are. Let's see. Okay, and then we have body talk. I am a goddess. Okay, bottom deck energy, waiting. Rather than waiting on another to change, I make the changes within myself so that I may have these things reflected back to me. And you guys may find as you are making the changes that like the changes may be reflected back to you through new connections, right? As you continue to heal, raise your vibration, if that's what you feel you need to do or whatever, like you're going to notice those positive traits that you're cultivating in other people that are going to be more aligned to you, right? And conversely, you'll also realize when it'll be a lot more obvious to you when someone is just not in alignment, and it'll be a lot easier for you to walk away because you'll be naturally turned off by somebody who's not doing the healing work that you've been doing, okay? So pile 3, I would love to hear from you in the comments which one of these little reflection messages really resonates with you. But just let me know in general, how did the reading resonate? What's been going on between you and this person? Please let me know down below. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I'm uploading new videos. And I look forward to seeing you in a new reading really soon.